When this video releases, it has officially been 1704 days since the reveal of Hollow Knight Silksong, the upcoming sequel to the indie game sensation that was Hollow Knight, which released back in 2017. My name is stizzl, and this channel is all about Hollow Knight and especially Silksong. So as somewhat of a super fan of the first game, what do I think of the way marketing and communication have been handled, and about what some misconceptions may be. And above all, I want to answer the question, was Hollow Knight Silksong announced too soon? First, for everyone that has not been in the loop as much as I've been, here's a very quick recap about everything that happened with Silksong. Silksong was announced on the 14th of February 2019, over 4.5 years ago, with a big blog post, a great and detailed first trailer, an in-depth Q&A video with William and Ari from Team Cherry. What followed were a few updates from Team Cherry themselves throughout the year, and most notably the Nintendo Treehouse demo at the E3 2019, where Silksong was said to come out soon. We will get back to that statement later. The Team Cherry Holiday Sign of 2019 marks the last ever blog post we ever got from Team Cherry, which was almost 4 years ago at this point. They apologized for the lack of updates with the comment on Kickstarter, which was also nearly 3 years ago. We then did get some interviews in 2020 and 2021, and a new trailer in June 2022, all of which included some new information, and alongside the June 2022 trailer, we got the claim from Xbox themselves that Silksong would release within a year, so until June 2023. We will also come back to that statement later. This claim did not come true, but we did hear that Team Cherry are still working on the game and that it isn't cancelled, but it is delayed. And apart from game testers and other people outside of Team Cherry saying a few words here and there, what I laid out just now is everything of note that happened during the wait when it comes to official news. Before I talk about whether Silksong was announced too soon, I want to address communication, marketing, two closely connected subjects. If you have been a part of this fandom, you'll find that there are many people that have many extreme positions when it comes to these topics. So let's talk about these positions, and let's talk about whether they are warranted or not. Some think that Team Cherry do not owe us any communication, and some think that Team Cherry are actually the worst human beings on the planet for not talking with their fans. And as you can maybe predict, I believe in neither of those takes, because I don't believe things to be black and white here. But the communication itself has been bad, because non-existent communication is bad. But that does not mean that Team Cherry are bad developers or even bad people that do not care about their community. Please do not assume these things. There are many things we do not know about. Team Cherry are only 3 people after all, and with such a small team, any change in the life of any one of them would impact their development. If one of them, example, were to develop arthritis or something like that, it would impact development drastically. If one gets sick, it also affects development. But also if someone like William actually were to become a parent, it would affect development potentially a lot. So no matter if positive or negative changes, since there are only 3 people in the team, so much could happen that we know nothing about. And this is not me spreading rumors or something, because again, we don't know anything. But for me it is clear that there are things that we don't need to know anything about, because it's their private lives. So we can only speculate on why Team Cherry are not communicating a lot. And many possible reasons are reasons that may be too personal to share. Or they may not be, I don't know, but while we can say the communication itself may have been bad, there are definitely reasons why that might have been the case, and even if the reason may just be we wanted to focus on finishing the game instead of making public statements. So please don't harass anyone and don't be an overall prick. So while these are my thoughts on the communication side of things, there are also a lot of similarities and some differences in the marketing side of things. So now we also do have to talk about the 2 statements, one by Nintendo in 2019 and one by Xbox in 2022. The statement from 2019 was apparently just made up by Nintendo. Silksong was not planned to come out soon, but Nintendo just said so because they wanted to. And that is quite shit actually. That's straight up. Team Cherry and the marketing manager Leth, who is a very kind person by the way, got put into a very weird situation by Nintendo, and that is super unfortunate. In my opinion, however, Team Cherry could have clarified it earlier than they did, because people of course believed what Nintendo said, and that led to quite a bit of disappointment later when Team Cherry then did clarify that Nintendo made everything up. Of course, to some extent, Team Cherry also just underestimated the effect the "coming soon" statement would have on the fandom. To be fair, we YouTubers also played a part in making it a bigger thing, with release date predictions and release date predictions and why are all of these just my own videos, Jesus Christ? Did I really make so many? Anyway, so yeah, while we had no ill intent in doing so, our predictions certainly fuel the fire as well. Hindsight is 2020. But when it comes to Xbox, the situation is a bit more neutral. Team Cherry did actually think they could get the game out by June 2023, and it turns out they were wrong. It was always clear that Team Cherry would not be forced to adhere to that time frame, so I think that while it's unfortunate that the time frame did not come true, it is not that much of a surprise. Delays happen, insert Miyamoto quote here, there's no reason to have negative opinions about that. So after all of that, was the marketing of Silksong bad? Well, marketing is made up of more things than these two things, and while the Nintendo thing maybe was a blunder of sorts, Silksong also had some really good moments marketing wise so far. Two really well made trailers, the extremely interesting and insightful Edge magazine interview, getting onto Game Pass at launch is also a success, and all of these things get taken for granted, and Silksong's marketing is under fire for essentially just a single thing that can be counted as a mistake that happened 4 years ago. Also, there are many things like deals with bigger brands and publishers that we only see the tip of the iceberg of, so a lot of work goes into stuff that we can't really assess because we're not aware of them. We also must remember that more trailers, more blog posts, etc. would not equate to better marketing. Marketing a game that has been under development for so long is hard, and I think all things considered, Lev and Team Cherry did a good job at that. But all of these things, the communication, the marketing, all of these things would not have happened this way if Silksong was announced later. So, was Silksong announced too early? After all, this is what it all comes down to, right? If Silksong was announced in like June 2021 instead, we would be in a very different position. And while all of this is right, I do want to talk about something that adds a bit of a different perspective to this. Team Cherry started working on this game almost 6 years ago. Wanting to share what you're in the process of creating is a very natural feeling. Like, I struggle to not share thumbnails of videos that I've barely worked a week on. Imagine, for example, if they had only announced Silksong in mid-2021. They would have spent nearly 4 years of their own lives keeping this thing, this big passion project, a secret. And for what exactly? So that some people might not get upset because they have to wait long? I think back in 2019, after over a year of working on the game, releasing a trailer and announcing the game was a very okay thing to do. After all, they probably did not expect development to take so long either. And it's not like Bethesda, who announced their games years before they even start working on them. And if you are just a small group of people, I think trying to get your project out there seems like even more of a natural move than when working for a big company. And as I said before, Team Cherry likely did not think either that we would have to wait so long for the game. Game dev is complicated, life is complicated, things happen. So looking at the facts alone, I do think I still have to say that the wait has been really long and Silksong was probably announced too soon. But on the other hand, there are many reasons that justify and explain what happened. Many of those possible reasons were things I just talked about, and many are things I did not, because I don't know about them, because I don't know Team Cherry. So what I want this video to be is a call for people in this fandom to maybe consider not being part of any extremes. You don't need to defend everything Team Cherry does at all costs. They can be criticized, just as any other person or studio can. But if you do choose to criticize Team Cherry, please don't be needlessly harsh or rude. They are just a couple of people like you and me. And also, before you voice your criticism, Think about whether there might be things that you don't know about, that I don't know about, that could affect your opinions if you did know about them. That said, at the end of the day I only threw out some speculations and possible answers, but please don't take these as gospel either, because, as I said many times now, I don't know shit. So let's just wait patiently for the game, and if there's a need for it, we can still get back to some of these topics in the future. Please subscribe if you want more videos like this, and consider supporting me on Patreon for $1 per month. It really goes a long way and would help finance all the time I put into YouTube. See you soon, and bye panada.